I'm so long-winded. Oh my gosh. But okay. So then after the funeral, we came home on Tuesday, me and my brother. I saw a flood. I was like, oh my goodness. There was like a street when we were coming back through like the back roads. And it was flooded. I was like, oh my goodness. I barely got it in the clip. You can hear me say, I've never seen a flood before. And I think you can see like a crack of the road. Barely. But I saw that. That was crazy. And it was lightning and thundering. But we got home Tuesday night, and pretty much after that, I was going Wednesday. I had my first day of class, which was really weird actually, because I was expecting, like, they have like a little cafe or whatever in the building that I have most of my classes. And I went in there and I was like, okay, maybe I'll get a cup of tea. I didn't really get to stop. This will be great. And the whole freaking school was just shut down. I was like, oh. And there was like this one guy on his laptop, and I sat there for 2 minutes, and I was like, I'm gonna go where the sofa's over there because this is weird. But and that's my clip. I'm eating a granola bar on the couches. But I'd packed a granola bar from earlier, so. But that was strange. And then my boss called me too, and I was like, oh, okay. So that happened too. But yeah, I had my first class, and then Thursday I worked, and I came home. I think I just slept. I think I slept. I don't remember if I did work or not that night. But then Friday I did a double. Saturday I did a double. Sunday I worked, and then I came home and I tried to get some work done. Then I got mad at my mom and wound up just being really upset. And then yesterday I had school. Again, I had to leave early, and he wasn't too pleased about that, but what are you gonna do? He was like, do what you gotta do. I was like, okay. So I had to go to a family friends party, which you've seen the clips. So that happened, and it was really it was scary, but it was cool because it was the first time I ever went on the train by myself that late at night. So I was like, I was so nervous. But I was fine. It was fine. It was cool. There were a lot of good looking guys on the train. I was like, this is the time to go on the train. No, I'm just kidding. But, no, I was fine. It was cool. And I got into the city. I was fine. Met up my parents, and, I made the end of the party, but I was able to show up at least and congratulate, congratulate our friend. And, then we went home. So, yeah, it wasn't too bad. And then today I've just been so wiped. Like, just so tired. I basically spent most of the day doing clips. I'm gonna eventually take a nap, and then I have to get up and do reading for class tomorrow. But yeah, I'm just so wiped. But okay. That's basically my point on here. Been going. Oh my gosh, it's 3 minutes. I really don't want to make this 3 parts. Okay. You guys don't want to. You're not even going to listen to me for 3 parts. I don't blame you. Okay. So, my social life, obviously, remember in that last clip, it's like in the week of or before finals, I'm like, oh, it's gonna be a great week, and we're gonna do a lot of stuff, and I had planned to do a lot of stuff with my friends. Never happened, obviously, for obvious reasons. Um, so one of my friends is in Mexico now, so I won't be able to see her until like June. And then my other friend in Canada, I actually finally reached out to. I was like, hey, like, how's it going? This reminded me of you. And we finally started talking again a little bit, not too much, but we at least talked a little bit. And it was nice. I hadn't talked to her for such a long time. Um, so it was nice to really keep in touch. Um, and my other friend from my college right now, I still haven't gotten in touch with her, and I feel so awful about it. I honestly am like the worst friend to this girl. She's so nice, she's wicked communicative, and she's always getting in touch with me and asking how I am, and I'm just like the worst. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, and my life is crazy, and it is crazy, but it's just like, I wish I could just get out of my own way, you know? It's frustrating. Um, and it was weird. It was weird talking to my cousins this time. Like certain cousins I was like that I hadn't been close to in a long time, I started to kind of talk to and was like, "Hey, like we really connected a little bit." But there's one cousin I'm very close to, and it was like we were strangers. It was weird. My father's home. Oh my gosh. Oh, you're gonna hear the garage door open, and my dog's gonna go crazy. So that's basically my social life is basically just in fumes. It doesn't exist. It's imaginary, guys. One day it'll sprout out like a flower, but today is not that day. I'm still reflecting on life. I'm always reflecting on life, especially after this weekend and everything that's happened. Change is definitely a huge thing I've been reflecting on, as well as direction, as I've been saying. For the past 10 years of my life, that's really been something I've reflected on and I will continue to reflect on, especially as I move towards the end of college and I need to, like, figure out what my next step is. So, that happened. And I'm very open to kind of where my life is going to go. I'm not really trying to say, okay, in 5 years this has to get done, in 2 more years this has to get done. Like, and I probably should, because most people, those are the people that have their shit together and like have good lives. You'll find me, in a dumpster somewhere probably, saying, hey, it's alright, man. But or on the beach or something, like a beachcomber or something. Which, hey, I mean, if that's what you're into, that's okay. That's all right. But so I'm pretty open though. I'm pretty open to where my life is gonna go and what happens. So I also am making plans right now. So I definitely know that after school I want to go to Ireland. That's something that I've wanted to do forever. I mean, Ireland has just been a place I've wanted to go. For myself, for self-reflection, for spiritual reasons, and just in general. I've always felt like a connection there, so I really want to go. So I'm saving for that. I'm trying to plan. My sister wants to come. Well, okay, so actually that's not a fair statement. That's actually a rude statement. So excuse me. But my sister's the one who actually originally first, was like, hey, like, let's go to Ireland. I had wanted to before that, but I never really said anything. But my sister always wanted to go, and she kind of initiated the first time, and it failed like a bunch of times. And finally, I'm just like, that's it, So I finally decided, and then I realized, there's some solitude into solo trips. So I was like, cool with that. But that's kind of like what I've been trying to plan right now. But now my sister's like, well, I thought me and you were going to do this together. So, and my parents are like, oh yeah, go together, like buddy system, like you can't go by yourself. So